tuned, because this is about to get hot.
If he is treating you unlike Christ is treating him, then that means that he is out of order with Christ. Plain and simple. Yes, men, I said it. I flat out said it. If you are not letting Christ be the head of you, it's going to flow down to how it is with your wife. It's going to flow down to how things are with your kids, because you're out of line with Christ. Plain and simple. How you treat your wife is going to be an indirect relation to how you treating Christ. How a wife treats her husband also is kind of in direct relation to how she treats Christ, because he talk about submitting in there. Submit unto your husbands, as you know. So anyway, I'm jumping ahead. So let me slow down. I don't blame women for coming out against these things that men have done. Men stopped doing what God commanded for us to do. So why wouldn't you expect this kind of retaliation? Y'all hear me? Men stopped doing, I'm talking about church. Men have stopped doing what Christ commanded us to do. So why wouldn't you expect this type of retaliation, this type of feelings, or this type of anger to come from women when we are out of line? Love your wives. I'm going to say it over and over again till y'all going to just love your wives as Christ has loved. Love your wife as Christ loves the church. Love your wives as Christ loves the church. Okay? Okay, now this is kind of going into the things, how things can flow down. Let's say, for instance, what would happen if, kids started, we don't want a parents movement, children. I know they don't, a lot of them have the mind to do, but what if, what would happen if pre-teens, whatever like that, just started a movement and they want laws written into where, they don't want parents. They feel they should be able to do things on their own, See, what ends up happening if they do that, the issue that they're having is that their parents have things set for them. I don't want you doing this. I don't want you doing that. See, what we don't really realize is that a lot of times when you look into the whole point behind it, a lot of rebellion is included in that. Okay. Children don't want parents. Why? Because I don't want to live by my parents' rules. But you don't know, again, it's there to protect you. It's there to keep you safe. It's there to keep you out of harm's way. Okay. So what I was going to get more into this whole notion with that, because people are like, dude, what was the point of that metaphor right there? I'm asking parents out there, what would happen if there was a legit thing out there where children said, 10 years old, I guess like some people have done it. Some celebrities I've heard their children got like a, emancipation or something from them. So you stepping out of that protection, So what I'm saying that for is the same thing what it is with God. It's free will, but I know parents ain't gonna do it. Like my son, they sat there and told me, Dad, I don't want to be under your house no more. I don't want to be under your. Okay, well, when you go out there, you about to face the real world. Oh wait, now if it's a story, it's a story in the Bible about the prodigal son, whatever like that. But my point in saying is that there is no problem. I'm talking about the church realm. The church realm now. I'm not talking about secular and folks that don't believe in God. I'm not talking about that. But what happens is that when you step out of that principle that God has set up, then you are opening yourself up to any type of things that can come your way. So for instance, there's scripture in the Bible where it talks about, the house can't be taken except the strong man is overtaken. The strong man. The Bible was clear with that. Now, I know people want to try to say that's universal. No, it's not. It said the strong man. And there's things in the Bible that talks about, having a covering, which a lot of people think is dealing with hair, and it's not necessarily dealing with hair. It's dealing with a man covering his wife, And what it's talking about, it says for the angels. Some people don't even know what that means. We have taken that and said, oh, your hair is there, for the angels. No, what you don't understand. It said her hair is given to her as a covering, right? But the thing is that a man covers his wife. It said for the angels. People don't understand. It's talking about angelic spiritual influences. Yes, I said it. Angelic spiritual influence. Go way back in the Bible. Who was it that the angels seen fair and came and had daughters? They came and saw that the women was fair and had children by these women. If you are not properly covered by your husband or covered by a man, I'm talking about like a father. That's why it's such a huge epidemic. You are open to spiritual influences, angels. You call them demons all you want to. The Bible never referred to them as demons, but the Bible referred to them as angels. When there's not a strong man to be there as a covering, influences can easily come and overtake it. Okay, I know some of y'all are not going to agree with that, but the reason why I'm saying all this, like I said, is this is based on experience. That's why it's so important to have fathers. There's a certain type of thing that is set up. There's a certain type of way that God has this thing set up that if not followed, that's why we step into things that ends up overtaking us and overwhelming us. As a man myself, there is no way that I'm going to be sitting up here trying to fight something that only he can take care of. If it's coming at me and I recognize it's a spiritual oppression or anything like that, my hands is off of this. Paul said we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against spiritual wickedness in high places, rulers of darkness. He said we wrestle against it, right? But that's what we do. We just wrestle. But as far as fighting and trying to be victorious over it, I'm leaving that to him. So I know a lot of times, people disagree with me on this when you say like, the devil does this, the devil does that. Well, what it is that, again, your focus has been shifted. You got tricked into fighting a battle that has already been won, that is already over. But something has deceived and tricked you into getting into this fight. And that's why you're getting whooped. I don't fight no devil because I already know that I'm victorious. I don't fight no spirits because I already know that I'm beaten. They know that they're beaten. That's why they don't come and bother me. They only bother those that they tricked into getting into a fight that they know they get the best of. So you guys are going to disagree with me on this. A lot of people are, especially if you're still listening, you're secular and you're not, you're pagan, or you're, some of you told me that, that you're atheist. You might disagree with this. That's completely fine. I don't even know why y'all would even want to comment on this anyway. It has nothing to do with y'all, but it's cool to ask me questions, which I don't mind. But Jesus defeated the devil at the cross. Y'all do know that, right? Yeah, but no. I'm telling you right now, I was blinded to that same notion too. I was going around, I'm fighting the devil. You know what? Once I got the revelation of what Christ really did, and once Christ spoke to me and told me actually what it is that he done, oh my God. See, I don't have to go to that shadowy place. Ooh, you scared? No, I'm not scared. It's just that that's beyond my boundaries. I don't have to eat of this fruit, whatever, because that's not for me to be doing. See, the whole thing was about knowing knowledge of good and evil. And in the Old Testament, from Eden, the devil came in and tricked Eve into eating it, saying, you're going to be just like God, knowing good and evil. Why wouldn't you want to be like him? Why wouldn't you see? But the whole point is that what she didn't understand is that that was going to open her up to stuff that only God was supposed to deal with. So that's what I'm saying. Like right now, things that only God's supposed to deal with. The only things that Jesus is only supposed to deal with. When it comes to fighting the devil, I'm not going to deal with it. That's why I don't fight it. I don't fight the devil. Yeah, the devil has come. When I say come, guys, I'm talking about in a spiritual sense. Has come and tried to bring oppression, depression, mischief, all that. But once I recognize it, oh God, yeah, you see that? Yeah, God, Lord, you see? Okay, well, I'm done of it. I'm not even gonna get myself pulled into it. And that's what happens a lot of times in the spiritual walk, is that we actually get pulled and thrown into, and sometimes we actually want to purposely get pulled into things like that, thinking that we're gonna get in there. How are you gonna whoop a spirit anyway? What are you gonna do to a spirit? What can you do to a spirit? Nothing. Now, we got power over them, but you've been tricked into thinking that you didn't. That's why so many movies are made for us to fear it. Fear when you hear a person that's demonically possessed. Fear that when they, I'm talking about demonically oppressed folks. Yes, the stuff do happen. I know y'all never heard me talk on it, but yes, the stuff do happen. Many times you go and you pray with folks and they got a demonic spirit in them. The stuff is real. Some of the stuff they show in Hollywood is legit, but the only difference is we ain't doing all this. The Christ compels you. We just simply go to them. We have a conversation. Okay. I don't know how I got on this, guys, but it must have been for some odd reason. These must be broken up. But anyway, I'm going to have to go back and do some editing because I got way off. Okay. Now this whole thing about men loving their wives as Christ loved the church. I'm about to do another metaphor here just to kind of get people wheels turning, because I don't know what age of folks I have listening in on this. But, okay. What about men who leave women with children? Why should the man be held responsible? See, because in church, I heard this a lot too. God is my husband. Jesus is my husband.